Hello friends, it's Kelly Pullum here, also known as Craftin' Granny. I'm an independent demonstrator with Stampin' Up! In Canada. And tonight I'm going to share a Christmas card class with you featuring a variety of our holiday stamp sets. And I hope that you'll like the cards. Anyway, I wanted to just mention a few things that are coming up. If you're local to Sudbury, I'm having an open house in my home on December 15th. And that I'll have all kinds of card material or cards that I've made and things like that available for sale, paper crafting products or paper crafting projects, not products, available for sale that day. I'm also on December 14th doing a Christmas tag class. So that one, it's a Thursday. It's available during the day at 1 p.m. or in the evening at 6:30 p.m. And that one is just going to be a fun time to get together and to make some gift tags for Christmas gifts. So please let me know if you're interested in those things. You can send me a direct message and I would love to see you. Hello, Catherine. It's very nice to have you with me here tonight. And anyway, I am trying to wake myself up a little bit because I have to admit I have been so tired since the market on Saturday. I just put everything I had into that market last week. I worked all week on getting ready for it. And since then, I've pretty much crashed. However, I've got some great cards to share with you here tonight, and I hope that you'll enjoy them. I'm going to just have a sip of cold water here. All right, so let's see. What am I going to start with here tonight? I think, where did I put the cards? Here they are. They're hiding underneath me here at the front. Okay, I think I'm going to start with this one. This is kind of I'm got to switch to the desktop for you, don't I? You won't see much if I just keep talking at you. There we go. That's better. Okay, so the first card that I'm going to share is, I would say, maybe a little bit elegant. I used shaded spruce as my color and some gray granite. But I don't know, as I was playing here tonight, I got thinking, I wonder what it would look like if I took the deer and I put some Wink of Stella on them. So I'm actually going to do that here just because I feel like playing. So I'm going to just take some Wink of Stella and paint the deer with it. And then we're going to see what happens when they dry, whether they sparkle, because I thought with the more elegant style of this card, a little bit of sparkle on the deer would suit them. Maybe I'm inspired by the winter wonderland that I walked in the other day. We had snow here in Sudbury, and it truly was beautiful and amazing because the tree branches were all covered with snow and making like an archway over the top as I walked through, and it was just incredibly beautiful. Ziva loved it. I loved it. Anyway, today it was back to normal, just snow on the ground and bare trees, but we did have a lovely time the other day. Okay, so I'm going to set those little deer aside to dry now, and I'm going to start with my card base. So this is shaded spruce, as I said, and I've cut this 4 1/4 by 11 and scored at 5 1/2. Hi, Jeanette. So this is kind of my favorite style of card. I like the way they stand up, and I don't know why. I just really like this type of card. So I've taken this piece of shaded spruce, and this is just 1/8 of an inch smaller than my card front. So this is 4 1/8 by 5 3/8, and I am going to glue that to the front of my card. So Jeanette, you will have seen these, yeah, because Jeanette came and participated in the in-person class when we made these. I was wondering what this one would look like as well with some of the champagne style glimmer paper that we had. I don't know, was it last winter or that we had it in our celebration? I can't recall, but I'm thinking maybe it was. And that would be kind of a fun thing to experiment with the deer. If you did the deer in the champagne color, and then you could even use that for the background here. I'm using the vellum to create my background, but it would be neat to see it done with the champagne sparkle. And then to do it with the same thing for the sentiment tag. Anyway, my mind has been cooking today. Cooking with ideas. So I'm using from the Forever Forest stamp set, I'm just using this little piece down here, and then inside the card I'm going to use this tree up here. So we've got this little piece. So what I did, I wanted to just kind of create some stone at the bottom. In Sudbury, we have lots of rock formations. So this is just to look kind of like rock formations here on the ground. And that's what I did to create a base. Oh, that's very stiff. Okay, then I'm going to take my tree, which was from the Forever Forest dies, and I'm going to glue that onto here. Now I'm going to show you, this is the trick I do with my silicone mat. When I want to glue something that has a lot of delicate little pieces, I just use a little dab of glue on the mat, and then I use a finger dauber, and I just dab it around like so. And then that can go on your back. And because it's just such a thin layer, it's not going to ooze out to the front and make a mess on the front of your piece. So my tree is going to stick well, but it's not going to be covered in glue. Okay? So there is that. Now, let's see if my deer are dry. I think they are. Excellent. I'm glad I did that first. So pull back Mama Deer first. And she is shimmery. I'm waiting for the camera to catch up to see. Can you see that she's shimmery on the camera or no? Oh dear. Where am I? Got to get to the right spot. Maybe I just don't have enough light. Anyway, she's sparkling beautifully in front of me. So I'm going to put her, actually I'm going to put this on the vellum first. So I cut a vellum layer, and this was, the hexagons of course come from the Countryside Corners dies. Oh, that's too bad, Jeanette, that the sparkle isn't showing. You could put some Wink of Stella on the deer on your card if you've got some. I just thought of it tonight, and I do like it. Okay, there we go. And then Mama is going to go on here. Now I might as well go ahead and use this again. Because then I can get those legs down well. And she's shimmering so lovely here. She's going to come over on this side, just off to the side. And then my baby is so cute. And I'm not going to glue him down flat. I'm going to put dimensionals on the back of him. So I can't use the silicone mat for that, but I'm going to get him on there. I'm going to use some of these dimensionals. These are the little guys, and I'm just using the bits from the edge on there. I said to my husband today, we were trying to hang something on the wall for the holidays, and I was trying to get the backing off of the sticker, the 3M, you know, there's those 3M hooks. And he said, hurry up. I said, well, you don't ever tell somebody to hurry up when they're trying to peel a sticker off of something, because it's like the kiss of death, and then it'll be slower. You just can't hurry when you're trying to peel those sticker labels off. So I don't want him too close to Mama's butt. I'm going to put him back over here a little bit. There we go. So that is ready to go on the front of my card here. It looks so beautiful. So beautiful. Oh, Jeanette, I do not clean the dauber afterwards. I just leave it, and I only use that dauber with my glue. So I suppose if you went immediately and ran it under some water, you might get rid of the glue, but I think it would probably still be sticky. So for that reason, I just keep one dauber designated for that purpose. And if I'm honest, I lose it sometimes and I have to start a new one. But I try to keep just one sticky. There we go. All right. Now I'm going to do my sentiment here and the inside of my card. So these pieces, these two I'm setting aside for the moment. And I'm going to pull these out for stamping. So I need my little tree. And I need Peace on Earth. And I need May you have time to enjoy the quiet moments of this season. I'm hoping you'll have some quiet moments this season because Christmas season can be crazy busy, can't it? But sometimes we just have to slow down and have some quiet moments. Okay, so shaded spruce. I'm going to use that for the Peace on Earth. There. I didn't get that too dark, but that's okay. And then the tree is going to show up light because it's sort of a distinctive stamp set. It doesn't show up dark. It's shaded. There. And then I have my quiet moments. I love about this sentiment that it's got the different font in it. I just love the combination of the script with the print. And it's not perfectly straight, but you know what? I can live with it. So there we go. This is going on the inside here. I'm going to use my Stamp and Seal because that's just a little quicker to put this inside. There we are. Now, to do my sentiment piece, this is what I did. I took my two label pieces and I cut them because they are not long enough as they are, and I wanted them to go on either end of this. So I'm going to put a little bit of glue on the back of each one of these. and just going to put it on this tag so that the shape mimics the piece that is underneath it. And then again with the other end. So this is kind of a little tip. If you have a label and it's just not the right size for what you want, you can cut them and make them work by layering them this way. Okay, and now this is going to go underneath here. Oops, still have a little bit of glue sticking out, and I'm having trouble getting this straight today. Shift it a bit there. Get rid of that extra glue. Good. Now I can flip it over. Oops. I'm going to just shift it a little bit. I can tell a little bit more whether it's straight here on the back. Okay. And then I'm going to get my dimensionals, and we're just going to go across here. And this is going to come up here on my tree. There we go. And now a few of these. So I'm going to use one large one. The basic rhinestones have always been one of my favorite things to use. I don't know why it is. I think just because they do add sparkle, and I love a little bit of sparkle on the card. The same reason, I guess, why we love our Wink of Stella, right? So then I'm just going to put a couple of these on the tree as if they are balls or ornaments on my tree. And there we have card number 1. Showing up all right there on the camera, hopefully. Good. Okay, and then inside. I am at Elm Place, Jeanette, on December 23rd. So not until almost Christmas. I'm planning to take some Christmas tags and some gift card holders and things like that, as well as some Christmas cards for last minute. But I thought people might be in need of some different sorts of things by the end of December. So hopefully. So then we have the next card that I'm going to do is the Trucking Along card. So for this card, I used the Snowflake 3D embossing folder. Great, Jeanette. That'd be wonderful. I'd love to see you there. All right. So for this one, this is going to make a double Z-fold card. So I took my cardstock, and this is 2 3/4 by 8 1/4, I believe. Yes, that I think the math works out right. And then I had to fold one piece in order to do the embossing for this to fit in my folder. So one piece is upside down. But once I put a circle on here to decorate, it's not going to be significant. It's not going to show terribly. So we'll set that aside. And then I've got my card base, which is like the other one, 4 1/4 by 11. And then I scored at 2 3/4 and 5 1/2. And this paper is from the Beary Cute, I believe. Oh, the measurements. Jeanette, I believe this is 2 3/4 by 8 1/4, because I think 2 3/4 times 3 is 8 1/4. So I scored at 2 3/4 and at 5 1/2. Okay. Hopefully that makes sense. All right. So now this is going on the inside. And then I'm going to put my trees Where's that silicone mat? Another use of the silicone mat is just to get your adhesive runner going. Here we are. And the silicone mat is not an expensive purchase. I think it is so worthwhile. I love my silicone mat. Here we are. There. Okay, so now we'll set that aside to do our stamping. And I have 3 circles, which I've lost one. Huh. I really did lose one. Okay, I'll grab some paper and punch another one. Okay, so this is my 2 3/8 of an inch punch. Okay, and we're going to get out the Trucking Along stamp set. Now this stamp set has so many pieces in it. It is just amazing. So I'm going to start off with this one. This is Wishing You a Festive Christmas. I just about put the stamp on backwards. Jeanette, does that remind you of anyone? Okay, so here we go. And this is Pretty Peacock. It's such a lovely color. Another mixed font sentiment. So beautiful. Okay. Now I've got the presents here. So I'm going to use Memento ink to go across the bottom of one of these. Just to create there a little decoration at the bottom of the circle. And I need my chamois because I keep using new ink blocks and I'm running out here. Then I'm going to stamp over top. So this is a 2-step stamping stamp set. And I'm going to use my Balmy Blue for this. And I'm going to stamp over top. Now I found this bottom square fits over the polka dots. And then if I line up it and the top ribbon, that is the best I can do for trying to line things up. So I can't say it's a perfect science. Jeanette, you can put your blocks in the dishwasher, or you can use hand sanitizer to clean them. There we go. Let's get this on here. Hold my breath. And there we go. And it turned out lovely. Okay, so we'll set that one aside now. And I'm going to bring in my last circle. And for that one, I'm going to use the truck. So I'm going to start with the truck. I do need to get more pieces out here, so I might as well get them all out. I'm going to get out the special delivery, and I'm going to get out the tree, and I think, oh, and the inside of the truck. There we go. Okay. Now, so for the truck, I'm going to use my Memento ink again. And that's going pretty much in the center of the circle. Then I have room to do the special delivery. I'm just going to clean off a block again here. Got a whole bunch I'm using, but these used a lot of blocks. Okay, so now here, I'm going to do the Memento tires while I'm at it here. Get those lined up. It is important not to rock your block because I can see I've got some ink on the top of this here, but as long as I don't rock it, that ink's not going to hit the paper. Just put these out of the way here. That's my strategy. I stick them to the top of my stamp case and then they pretty much stay put. And that works great as long as you don't set anything on top of your stamp case, because then if you put something on top of your stamp case, the stamps may stick to that instead and then you've lost them. So don't do that. Ask me how I know. Okay, here we go. Special delivery. Underneath. Voila. And then we're going to do, that's in Pretty Peacock. I'm going to do the tree in Pretty Peacock. So this is the detailed part of the tree. I found it easier to do that first. I got it down a little too far there, I think. That's okay. And then I'm going to do the top part, or the filling in of the tree, I'm going to do with Pretty Peacock Stamped Off. So I'm going to go with the darker ink here. Oops, it's not sticking. Guess who else has dirty blocks? And here, and then I'm going over top. And that's going in the back of the truck, like so. And then I'm going to stamp my truck in Balmy Blue. And I'm stamping that off as well. And there we go. Okay. So I can close those up. Pull my card base in. And we're going to glue this all together. I'm going to show you all my tricks. So when you're putting together a double Z-fold, this is the way I do it. First of all, I'm going to glue this piece down This is going on the inside. And I'm going to fold this shut, and then I'm just going to center it in the back. Okay. And once I've got that in the center, I can close the card, and I'm going to put some glue in here. Now I know I don't want to go too far, but that is going to hold here. So by centering in the back, then when I go into the front, the whole thing is centered there. Now I can open my card up. My special delivery is going on the front. My circles are just centered on here. My presents are going in the middle. Now there's not a lot of room for writing on this card, but you absolutely could write the person's name and your name on this last circle or in the middle circle. Make sure my circles are sticking. Looks like I should have come out a little closer to the edge. I don't want the glue to ooze out, but I don't want them to pop up off there either. There we go. All right, so this is a lovely card. It will stand up like so. So just a beautiful, beautiful card. Here we go. I'm going to just make sure that is glued down well. Okay, so that is card number 2. Now, card number 3 uses one of my favorite types of stamps. This is also a Z-fold, and this is using the Merry and Bright stamp set. And I love these sentiments where the word itself is the negative. You stamp the out, like you stamp around, and then the word itself is not inked. So that's what I'm doing with this card. I'm going to put Merry Christmas on the front. So this card is also a Z-fold, but it's done in the the portrait position. So I have a card base that is 5.5 by 8.5, and it's scored at 2 1/8 and 4 1/4. So I'm going to fold on the 4 1/4 mark, and then I'm going to fold back, and we have our Z fold. I've got this designer series paper going on the inside. And correct me if I'm wrong, I think this is from the Beary Cute. But I do have a hard time keeping that straight with the Walk in the Forest. So I'm not 100% sure. Okay, so there we go. And then this piece is going on the front. There's my silicone mat helping me again. So just a nice little pop of color on this card. So we're going to stamp, this is going to go on the inside, and this is going to go on the outside, and it's going to cover that inside piece completely. Excuse me. Thank you, Nancy, for confirming for me. Another bit of cold water. All right, so let's do some stamping. So I'm going to pull these pieces in, and I must not mix them up. So I'm going to take from the Beary Cute stamp set, I'm going to use that one as well, and I'm going to stamp the tree on the front here, and I'm going to stamp the bear on this extra piece of scrap. And I'm going to stamp the bear's hat and scarf on a piece of scrap here. And I'm going to stamp the tree down, or the present down below the tree. Okay. And then inside with the Merry and Bright set, I'm going to stamp Oh What Fun. And then I'm going to stamp Merry Christmas on here. So lots of stamping for this one. I'm using Real Red and Old Olive ink pads and some Memento. So let's start with the Real Red. I better clean some stamps again. There we go. Okay. So let's just start with the present. It's going under the tree. Okay, and then I'm going to do, let's just do these two guys. They are going to be done in Real Red as well. I'm going to fussy cut those. Okay. Then I'll do the Merry. Just gonna line that up a bit. All right. And then I need my Christmas. On here. And then I need my bear done in Memento and my tree done. Oh, I've got Oh What Fun to be done in Real Red. Here we are. Oh, what fun. There. Okay. Now, in my Memento ink again, I've got stamps everywhere tonight. I got those sticking on the top of my ink here. All right, so let's take this one. And this is going on the front of here. Like so. And then I need this one to do my bear. By the way, this is with Very Vanilla as the background, in case it's not showing up on camera, because the Very Vanilla matches that paper that I'm using. Okay, so that is my stamping. Now I'm going to use the Bear Punch here. There. And then, so I forgot one thing here. I need my Old Olive Light marker, my Stampin' Blend. So I'm going to color my tree. Oops, out of the lines. That branch is not cooperating. Speaking of uncooperative Christmas trees, oh my, have I ever had a time with ours. We have a very, well, it's about a 7-foot, really bushy tree. And it came with lights on it. And over the past few years, we've had lights that weren't working. And we just kind of lived with it. But when we pulled it out this year, there were just too many that weren't working. And I said to my husband, I can't live with this. So we decided we had to do something about it. We were either getting a new tree or we were going to change the lights on the tree. So then I said, well, what if we just changed the lights, you know, like the one string of lights. Rather than change all the lights, we'll just change one string of lights. So we proceeded to try to take that string of lights off. And it was brutal. It was really brutal trying to get those lights off the tree. It took me, I don't know how long. I would say, like, I was probably at it for an hour and a half trying to get this one string of lights off the tree. So I said to my husband, they're not coming off. Can we cut that one string, do you think, to help me get them off? And he said, yeah, I think that would work. So we cut it. And then guess what? Then none of the lights on the tree worked. So we were still debating, are we going to buy new lights? Are we going to buy a new tree? So we went over to Canadian Tire and we looked at the trees and we looked at the lights. And my mind is saying it's better to replace just the lights than the tree, because think of the environment, right? It's better for the environment if you don't buy a new tree. So we decided in our wisdom that we would replace the lights on the tree. So keep in mind, it had been at an hour and a half trying to take off one string. So I went back and it took my husband and I all day to get the lights off the tree. And so we were at it all day, and my hands are all scratched up. His are worse. And it was a really unpleasant job. And then today the job was to put the lights back on the tree, the new lights, which we did. It took only one day to do that. But we still have no decorations on the tree. And it's just been a nightmare. But Catherine, you would be so proud of me. I did not wait for you to come and rescue me. It was tempting, but I didn't. We did get it done. So anyway, I shouldn't be using, these are my ribbon scissors. I don't know what I've done with the other ones, but I'm going to just cut out my little hat and scarf here, and I just about cut it off. I'm leaving a little bit of vanilla border around these things. Anyway, so what a time we had with our tree. But now it's got the lights on and it looks so nice in the front window. And, you know, they're so festive. I love Christmas trees. I just do not love decorating them. And putting the lights on. I can remember my sister and I doing it when we were kids, when we were probably 12 and 10, putting the lights on the tree because Mom didn't have the patience for it and Dad wasn't there, and so it was our job to do it. And what a time that could be. Anyway. But I said to my husband, if we have to take the lights on and off, we might as well get a real tree. But I think we'll stick with this artificial one for now because it's been a good tree, although it does drop a lot of needles. But it's got a lot of needles. It can afford to drop a few. So I don't know. Anyway, the challenges of life. So here we go. I've got my pieces all cut out here. So I'm going to put the Merry Christmas on here and the bear on here on the front. This is going on the inside, and then the hat and scarf are going on the bear. So let's start to put this together. First, I think what I'm going to do is I'll put these on the bear, and then I'm going to put the vanilla on the red so that I can see where everything is going to go. All right. So just a tiny bit of glue on the hat, and then I'm tilting it back a bit from his forehead, like so. And the scarf, and I just kind of put it on his neck where it will go completely across. There. And then I'm going to put him, no, I'm going to put this on here first so that I can see how much room I have coming out over the edges. Because the red is a little bigger, so if my bear's behind sticks out, it's okay. So I'm going to let him come out over this way, and I'm going to pop him up with dimensionals. I'm not being shy about using dimensionals today. Here we go. Alrighty. This bear is adorable. He does kind of remind me of a Coke commercial, though. I must say. Okay. And now some dimensionals on my sentiment here. Come on off of there. There. So this one I'm going to put right over, connecting it to the tree a little bit. And then this one, you have to be careful. Make sure I get the dimensionals on the right end. I want them on the C end. And I'm not going to go all the way to this end because it's going to come hanging off the edge of the paper here, and I don't want any adhesive there. So now it's going to come here. Do I want it there? I think that's good. I could move it over just so, maybe I will. Let's just see if it's going to sit all on the, oops, if it's going to sit. Yes, it stays on the card, so that's okay. All right. So now, again, I'm going to do the same thing I did last time. I'm going to work from the inside out. Oops. Get my silicone mat to help me get started again. Here we go. There. Get that centered. Close this up. And then I'm going to put this on, and again, I only want adhesive on the one side. So I can just lay it here, pick this up. I've kind of got marked where I want the adhesive to be. And it's just going on that side. And I can make sure that's covered underneath. And there we go. So that is my last card tonight. So I hope that you like them and my silly Christmas tree story because it was, you know, it was kind of frustrating. But anyway, here we are. So here are the cards. I'm going to pull them back in for one last look at them. Oh, that's not the shimmery one. Where's my shimmery one? I've lost my shimmery one. Okay, well, I'll pull this one in then. So there we go. There are our cards for this evening. Thank you, Jeanette. I had fun making them with you too. So, if you're interested in card making classes, you should absolutely come and join me either for Christmas tags in December or in January. I'm going to be doing friendship and Valentine cards and all occasion cards, and I have classes scheduled. You can send me a message if you want to know the dates, and I would look forward to seeing you. I am going to be offering classes in January, both in the afternoon and in the evening. So if you're a working person, you can still come and join me and have lots of fun. Take care, friends. Have a great rest of your evening. Before I go, if you like the video, it would be so nice if you shared the video, because that does help other people find me, and that's good news for me and for them. All right, Karen, nice to see you. Thanks for joining me. I hope if you've missed it, then I hope you catch the replay. If you've been watching, that's great. Take care, friends. Bye-bye now. All right, good night.